definitely for the young youth of America.
Now that we know some of the statistics as well as some of the causes, what are some of the solutions? Fortes Productions seeking to think is one such solution, whereas we specifically address the disconnect between school and academic work problem by aspiring students such as yourself and youth to complete their education, establish a career, and start a business. This event that we're doing right here today, the Meet the Professionals and Entrepreneurs, or otherwise known as College Graduate Profession Discussion Panel, is one example of how we change the downward path today's students and youth are currently on.
That the world is changing. The world is not the way it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, it's a fast-paced world. Everything, the information is on hand, internet, phones, you know, smartphones, iPads, iPods, everything has become so technologically advanced that you have information at your fingertips. And don't be afraid to use that information. If you need to find out something, you can Google it now, right? So those things are there. And what's happening is technology is taking out the excuse of, I can't do something. You can do something because the technology is there. The resources is there. If you don't know something, you can definitely find it on the internet now.
Plan ahead, ask yourself, where do you want to be in the next 10 years? Where do you see yourself at age 30? And then start now to create a time plan. Well, okay, in the next 5 years I should have gotten my bachelor's or graduated from this. Plan ahead. So as long as you can paint a clear picture of where you see yourself 10 years from now, then start now to work towards that plan. I think you'll be good. Then find people who will support you in attaining that.
I'm big on integrity. Just have integrity in what you do. You know, find out what you're good at. You know, or what you would like to be good at, and just go. As y'all say, go in. Just go in. Go in. I mean, and everything else will kind of work itself out. You know, even with the film production thing that my company. I shot film before I started my company, but I didn't do it as a profession. So a lot of things I learned on the fly. You know, I had to go to the library and be in the library for 8 hours and reading books, and then working on film sets, you know, for scraps, you know, for little or nothing, if anything at all. But I know I had to get and needed that experience in order to do my company well. So I would just say, have integrity, have passion in what you do, and just go for it. Go for it. If you don't make it, then hey, you say, you know what, I tried, you know, and it just didn't work out. But trust me, usually what happens is you go hard on something, and then another opportunity will open itself up.
I'm all about intrinsic motivation. I'm all about intrinsic motivation. If you can do something, you could find something and you can do it, and you can do it for 10 years and realize, I don't want to do this. This is not me, right? So I think it's very important that you sit back and you spend some time in silence. Don't even think about whatever's flowing through your head, write it down. The stuff that you're thinking about when you have no distractions, right? See how that resonates with you, right? See what you spend your time doing. What are you doing now on a regular basis that ties to what you're passionate about? Hone in on that. Because when you have that clarity of the thing that like sparks that fire in you, then, I'm gonna throw the cliche phrases, then when you plan your work and work your plan, right? When you plan your work and you work your plan around the thing that you're intrinsically motivated by, you're gonna run with it. No one has to tell you anything. Nobody has to tell you anything. Because there's something in your heart that you want to do, and you're willing to spend the time to make that happen, right? Discipline. Do the things you don't want to do as well as the things you want to do, right? Do the things you don't want to do as well as the things that you want to do. Because then you're not thinking in terms of challenges, right? You're thinking in terms of building skill and ability, right? And so when you're confronted with different things, you're like, okay, it's time for me to learn how to get this done, right? And you'll be surprised how far it'll take you. You'll be so surprised. I've done many things as far as skills building that's prepared me for public speaking. that's prepared me for, I just came from an event where we were with 200 plus students, folks coming at me from different angles, right? And I had to remind myself, okay, how am I gonna handle 200 students coming to me from different angles? I had to think systematically about how to organize people, how to delegate tasks, how to make, like, and you probably won't think about that until you're in that situation, right? So, was it something I wanted to do? No. I wanted to call someone else, okay, give these flyers to them, right? No, but doing that taught me a lesson.